Hey everyone, today we're talking about something huge that's happening in the world of trading gold and silver. It's a massive shift, and honestly, most retail traders are completely sleeping on it. But this could literally change the entire game for you.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever been watching the price of gold just take off and you're thinking, man, I wish I could get in on that, but you just feel stuck, like the whole system is designed to keep you out? Well, if you've ever felt that way, trust me, you are not alone.
So, what's the deal? Why is it so tough? To really get it, we have to look at the old way of doing things. You know, traditionally, trading gold or silver meant diving into the futures markets. And when we tell you, that path is just littered with roadblocks, especially for regular folks like us.
And here are the big ones. First off, the cash you need. It's insane. We're talking huge amounts of capital, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, just to open a decent position. Then you've got the trading hours. The market just closes every single day and all weekend long. But, you know, major world events don't take the weekend off, right? So you're left totally vulnerable to these massive price gaps when everything opens back up on Monday.
And that really just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The source material says it best. For most retail traders, this whole setup just isn't practical. It really feels like a system built by and for the big financial institutions, you know, the ones with super deep pockets. It was never really designed for the rest of us.
But what if there was a better way? This is where things get really exciting. A whole new digital marketplace is here, and this is where crypto just completely flips the script.
Okay, so check this out. On crypto platforms like Binance, you can now trade digital versions of gold and silver. The ticker for gold is XAUUSDT, and for silver, it's XAGUSDT. Now, what these do is track the real-world price of gold and silver against a stablecoin, but, and this is the key part, they offer a kind of flexibility that the old markets just can't even dream of.
And I mean, just look at this side by side. The difference is night and day. Traditional markets, you get limited hours. Crypto markets, they're open 24/7, 365, always on. What about capital? The old way requires a ton of money. The new way, the barrier to entry is super low. This isn't just a tiny step forward, folks. It's a complete revolution in who gets to access these markets.
All right, so let's dig into this crypto edge a little deeper. What's actually in this new toolkit that gives the average trader so much power?
First and foremost, that 24/7 access. I mean, really think about that for a second. Some major news breaks overnight. Geopolitical stuff, a surprise economic report, anything. In the old system, your hands are tied. You're just sitting there waiting for the market to open, hoping you don't get crushed. But here, you can react in real time. You are always in control.
All right, next up, leverage. This is a big one. On these platforms, you can get up to 20x leverage on gold and silver. So what does that actually mean in plain English? Well, it means you can use a small amount of your own money to control a much, much larger position. It basically amplifies your market exposure.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Beyond the obvious stuff like 24/7 access and leverage, there's this kind of secret weapon, a hidden advantage that most traders have no idea even exists. And it's something you'll only find in these markets. And that secret weapon is something called funding rates. Okay, so what is that? Basically, it's a system where traders either pay a tiny fee or they get paid a tiny fee, usually every few hours, just for keeping a position open. The whole point is to keep the futures price right in line with the actual price of gold or silver. Okay, so why should you care? Well, get this. In certain market conditions, if you happen to be shorting gold or silver, the funding rate can actually be positive for you. That means you literally get paid money just for holding your trade open. The market pays you. The source we're looking at points out this can sometimes be as much as 4% a month. That's a whole other way to earn that just doesn't exist in the old school markets.
All right, we've talked about all the cool, powerful stuff. But now we have to pump the brakes for a second. We need to have a serious talk about the risks, because that tool we mentioned, leverage, is absolutely a double-edged sword.
And the source material is crystal clear about this. Yeah, leverage can make your wins bigger. That's why it's so tempting. But it's a magnifying glass for your losses too. It works both ways. A small move against you can wipe you out incredibly fast. It can have a devastating impact on your account if you're not careful.
So here's the bottom line, and I need you to really hear this. If you're going to play with these powerful tools, risk management isn't just a nice to have, it's not optional. It is 100% mandatory. You have to trade with discipline.
You have to use stop losses. You have to manage your position size. It's the only way to survive, let alone succeed.
Okay, so let's zoom out and look at the big picture for a second. It's really time to look past all the hype. Past the meme coins and the crazy speculation, and see what the crypto market is actually growing into.
Because crypto really has evolved. It's become a serious financial market. It's a place where you can trade assets from the real world like gold and silver. It's a place where you can trade with a small amount of money whenever you want, using sophisticated tools that used to be only for the big shots on Wall Street.
What we're seeing here is technology just tearing down the old walls and creating brand new opportunities for everyone. And that leaves us with one final, really interesting question to chew on. If crypto can completely reinvent how we trade something as ancient as gold, what's next? What other traditional market is about to get disrupted?